Paul matched the energy. Actually, Paul was waiting for me on the road, but
and he hit me as well.
I didn't nearly run you over. That's an exaggeration. You, on the other hand, you said you were going to be ready. Whenever he told me he's putting his shoes on, he's putting his shoes on.
Guys live so close as well. Guys live so close.
Shout out to Rachel, bro. Rachel even hit me up. I was like, Rachel, you don't need to do this, you know.
You needed to get hit up. You needed to get hit up still. You needed it because even I still had to wait. Yeah. I told you 8:30.
To be honest, when Rachel hit me up, that's when I decided to start changing.
That's when you decided to start changing,
bro. I expected you to be late.
No, but bro, at least start changing close.
Nah, bro, you can't be doing that, man. What the hell? Bro, that's crazy.
That's crazy. I'm always late. Don't act like
you're not.
This is my first time.
I put my hands up. It's usually me that's at fault. I'm usually
the late one. I felt the energy, bro. I felt like
I'm usually the late one between the two. You said that's true. Yeah, Lies don't do that. I've been good this year. I've been good this year.
He's the most honest one here. If he says it,
he's the most honest.
Yeah.
How are we determine the most honest? How are we determine the most honest?
You're the least honest one.
Nah, that's true. If you see last week, you've known. You would know. If you know, somebody's living in denial, but it's all right.
It's a river.
There you go.
Egypt.
There you go. It's a deep one. But yeah, no, just match my hurry. Just a little bit, and everything could be all right.
If you saw the way I stepped out, she was not even tired. I'm tired.
In my hand, I tried to do this thing where I sped off down the road, but the car didn't want to go.
Oh, you want him? What
do you mean I want? Don't do that. Because she almost ran you over, so don't do that. We can try again. Don't do that.
You would have failed at that as well because you're not him, bro.
Is it?
Yeah. You'd have tried to, then you just be like.
I don't know whether or not I should fall for the bait. I don't know whether or not I should succumb or whether I should just leave him be.
I feel like it's going to happen eventually today.
That I'll run him up. That I'll fall for the bait. No.
You two are just.
No. He's gonna go crazy after what I say.
Today I'm staying very. Today I'm staying very centered, very humble.
Mark his words.
Very composed. Because I've decided that I want us to appeal to the masses. Do you know what I mean? And while the masses might like some volume at sometimes you want to be able to hear what we've said. Do you know what I mean? You want to be able to hear it and be like, oh, are you right or are you wrong?
Word.
Do you know what I mean? But on a different note, how have you guys been enjoying the sun? The sun's coming out. Spring is.
It's been nice.
I thought you were talking about the suns, and I was like, suns?
I don't want to hear about the suns, bro.
You're wearing sunglasses, bro.
I want to hear about the sun.
The sun.
You guys been taking it in.
Bro, I'm so happy, bro. It's got me smiling. Just thinking about the shit I'm gonna do in the summer. Nah, man. Indian 2K25 has just been confirmed as well. So
lovely.
Yeah.
2K25?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That actually does make sense.
What do you mean?
Because 2025.
No, 26 will be confirmed.
Well, he's going this year.
Wait,
I said India 2K25 has just been confirmed.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the game. I was like,
when you're a basketball head, like everything is now 2K. 2026.
I don't do 2K.
I don't know about that.
So I don't do that. I don't do that, bro. I don't do 2K. I don't do that.
I don't know
It's cool.
I don't know the last time you played 2K, but it's that's interesting. Right? There we go. How's the marathon prep?
Ooh, marathon.
We haven't started yet.
When is it again?
September.
Cookie in his hand.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to check.
This is actually the first one I've had this year.
Really?
Oh.
This year, yeah? Are you sure?
Poor you.
Are you sure about that?
What do you mean is he sure? Yeah, he's sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Man, what did you do, bro?
No, I haven't.
You started it.
I know more for you. Come on.
I haven't bought cookies.
Let me get one, please.
I haven't bought cookies actually.
No, training starts soon.
Yeah, maybe we should. What's that running app that everybody uses for
Strava?
You have to pay for it.
No, you can use it for free, but then you pay for like extra perks.
Like what?
Maybe we should do a little Strava challenge.
Like
I'm not a runner, bro.
More in depth.
You're not more in depth.
Yeah, like
when I go.
Oh, okay.
When I go and hoop, I'll put my Fitbit on.
It's just gonna show you going up and down.
Yeah,
bro.
but I did like 10K last session.
Yeah, you will. It's good. It's good cardio. It's important. You care about you guys' health. We see us snacking, but health is wealth. We have to take care of ourselves as well, don't we, Paul? Paul is regularly on the treadmill in his crib.
I am actually, yeah.
That was unnecessary.
That was unnecessary. I can't lie. I'm banging the face right now.
Nah, when I went Milan, I think in 4 days I had like 8 hours of sleep combined for 4 days.
Oh,
bro,
that's good recovery time.
Huh? For 4 days? How was the match? How was the San Siro? It looked beautiful.
It was a good match.
Yeah.
We lost. Milan lost last minute pen.
Oh, what was the score?
2-1.
Okay.
But I saw a Milan goal.
There you
saw
go.
the stadium
erupt.
Yeah.
Nice. Milan, it has to be one of those cities that maybe I'll just go see it for the San Siro Fashion Week. I heard you've been there, no?
It was expensive out there.
It's expensive. Oh, okay, maybe not. Because everybody's talking about that. You know that waterfall.
You're funny. What do you mean? You're like, oh, maybe not.
You gotta be honest.
Nah, bro, Milan is expensive, boy. And you go like to like the center area, the Duomo and stuff. Everyone is wearing designer, bro. Everyone's fit costs more than 2K.
Listen, only at that point, he's go on Google and type in Milan, bro, and just get
and
you get a full experience. You go on videos, vlogs and stuff. You get a full experience.
Nah, I'm sure TikTok's got a plug.
A couple Camparis in, and
I'm sure TikTok's got a plug.
you don't know where your money's going.
A nice little cheap guide to Milan must be on TikTok somewhere. I'm sure. Nice little bakery. My sister went.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. No. All right. Well, I guess Milan. Maybe we'll wait a couple of years. Anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. Roll call. Who we got today?
Paul,
Robin,
Elias,
Muiwa. I'm wearing the hoop. No Kelvin this week, ladies and gentlemen. Just our 4 beautiful faces. It's nice to be here, man. It's good to be here again with you guys.
sober.
Yeah, always. We've got some sad news, man, this week. I think it's only right that we start with some sad news. Honestly, I think I have to hand over to Robin because I think this one is near and dear to his heart. But let me know, bro. How you feeling?
You know, it's like last week we're just talking about Kyrie a lot. You know, you viewers must have seen a couple of videos that have come out, little clips like, bro, Kyrie, like, what a player, right? What a player, like
a warrior, truly.
And just to think like what would have been expected from him this year, playoffs. Honestly, genuinely, I thought he would go all the way. Yeah,
where?
All the way. I've told you, Paul. Yeah, keep quiet for now. But anyway, it's just unfortunate, man. ACL tear at his age. It's not the best sign.
Wait, he's at 33, 34, isn't it?
32.
30,
But anyway, it's not the best sign. And bro, when I got the news, let me be real. I was ready to stop it here, man. Because the man them know I've taken pauses in basketball, you know, and genuinely it's just like, bro, do I need to watch this game anymore? Like, bro, my In The Hoop podcast career was on the line.
Wow.
It was on the line. I can't lie.
We was worried. I'll be honest, we were worried.
I'm definitely still here, people. Because Kai would want me to be.
He would, just like he shot. He would.
You know, he shot those free throws.
There you go.
He gave thanks to God. I was just like, yeah.
That one was crazy, but he did. That one was.
Yeah.
So,
Clay,
it is just heartbreaking, man.
How would you play capture the flag?
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, it is live.
You're playing capture the flag now.
Yeah.
Cooper flag sweepstakes.
Yeah.
Nah, that's crazy. Capture the flag. Ooh,
that's what you meant. I was thinking something.
Cooper flag. Yeah, to be honest,
I was thinking something, but it's not happening.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Mavs ain't
Not
getting
the
it.
Mavs.
It's not getting it.
But anyway, like genuinely, it's just heartbreaking. All over the NBA, you can see how people are like
reacting
to what's happening with Kyrie.
You want to see that, man? ACL tear is crazy.
Yeah,
bro,
especially at that age.
I'm frustrated.
I felt like I said when we came back, I just want no more injuries the second half of the season, man.
It's not possible. Listen, every season there's gonna be injuries.
I know, but like the start of the year, we had so many injuries, man. We had so many guys out.
Embiid's out
missing
indefinitely.
games.
Wemby out indefinitely.
Genuinely, I don't feel like I've seen Embiid play games this whole year.
Yeah,
so that one doesn't really affect me.
I don't blame it on Nico.
I don't care what Embiid's experience was. Even if he was healthy, I don't think the Philly were gonna do anything crazy like go on finals or anything like that. But
but Paul, I don't blame it on Nico though. I can't lie. I don't blame Kyrie's injury on Nico.
The game is the game.
The game is the game. You know, you have to be real about it. I hear it. Kyrie didn't need to have that much workload in his back.
And why did that happen?
Because bro, that wasn't it wasn't okay, go on.
Injuries can't be predicted.
It can't be predicted, but in this case, that heavy workload was because you traded your number one ball handler and playmaker, and you gave him. You know, Kyrie was playing the
number
most
one ball handler.
Hold on,
who was out for the season? Who was out?
Wait, hold on. You know, Kyrie was playing the most minutes when Nico went out. 32-year-old, a 6'1", 6'2" guy playmaking, handing the ball, doing everything. That's gonna wear him down. And Kid should never have done that. Kid, he should have let Exxon play more minutes. It's a bit hard.
Speaking like he's fragile or something, man.
Bro, he's 32 years old. He's not some young guy anymore. He's a 32.
Playoffs, he was going to play those minutes anyway.
Yeah, but not in the regular season right now. Like AD was coming back, live, and Gaffer was coming out. Lively is going to probably be April, like playoff time, but now they're not making the playoffs. So, but it's like, especially with Kyrie, right? AC, I think with KD, you know why KD came back so well? Because like his game is kind of based on his height, is his size, length, and height. But with Kyrie, with an ACL tear, right? You know this very well. Kyrie is based on his movement, his shiftiness, his first step, his explosiveness, and an ACL tear at the age of 32, turning 33.
That's a good point.
Turning 33, because you play basketball, right?
It's genuine. I had an ACL tear.
Hold on. So I'm telling you, so he's turning 33 in a couple of days, or like tomorrow or something like that, right? And his game is based off his movement, right? So that ACL tear, imagine how he's gonna look, because KD could kind of get away with it because of his height, his length.
People have come back from ACL tear.
You know they have, but I'm saying Kyrie's game is kind of based on his movement, his shiftiness. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but it's not gone forever.
It's not gone forever, but it's gonna.
When I got injured, like they did tell me that my knees will never be
the same,
100%. Like that's true. But like Kyrie's game is not just.
But he's 32 as well.
Kyrie's game is very technical as well. It's very like he doesn't need a lot of bounces. Like he's shown you that from the past games.
He doesn't. But even those steps, it requires, and that ACL tear at that age, man, is. I'm telling you, like, I don't know.
Obviously, we know what Paul has done. He's counting him out for the rest of his career.
No, I'm not counting him out. I'm just saying that's high, and especially the way he plays, it could affect him worse than it did with KD or Clay. Because Clay had an ACL tear as well. I swear down.
Clay,
ACL and MCL.
Yeah,
MCL. So it's like
KD was Achilles, not ACL.
Achilles,
and that's different. And I think to say what you said about KD, I think they're both specialized in footwork. They both have very good footwork.
Absolutely.
With Kyrie, I think his athleticism, yes, through his knees in terms of how he finishes and stuff and moves his body, it is going to have an effect. It will, definitely. But I think he's, at this stage, we've seen that, like, in terms of mastery of skill, he can get any which way. So I'm not too worried in terms of, like, his recovery.
He can, like, it's not like when he's back, he'll be back. That's for sure. Kyrie's come back from injury before. It's more about the fact that he was on such a hot streak. He was balling out his mind. He was definitely top 5 best players in the league.
No, but he was definitely top 5 best players. He was playing great. But no.
But like that has like come to a whole, and it's like
maybe
top 10
maybe yeah.
Anyway,
there's a lot of ballers in this league, man.
There's a lot of ballers in this league, and he's one of them.
He's one of them, 100% for sure.
Exactly.
Top 10 maybe.
Top 10 maybe.
Yeah, I love Kyrie. I mean,
top
of course
five.
Of course not like you, but he's great, man. It was sad to see him go down. It was sad. I think this confirms one thing, though.
Okay.
This confirms one thing from everything I've seen. This confirms one thing. I feel like we'll talk about Suns later, but I feel like the Mavs have been linked with KD a lot in it. I feel like this kind of initiates it because they're gonna trade you know
for
why?
KD.
You know why that? Because that Kyrie injury, right? He'll probably come back a few months into the season because a ACL tear is like what 12-month period, like a 12-month period.
So like in a sports like environment, it will be 6. There'll be heavy recovery.
So it's like I don't think, knowing how this Nico guy is, I don't think he's gonna wait for. I feel like he wants to pair someone with AD straight away, and I feel like because I've been seeing so many links with the Mavs pages, like Mavs organizations in front office with KD, like how, and KD wants to leave as well. And not KD.
But if they trade KD,
I can't lie, they're gonna lose a lot of depth. They're gonna lose a lot of depth, which I don't think is worth it. It's just not worth for KD.
I don't think the Mavs will trade for KD.
I don't know, man.
Doesn't make any sense.
So
Nico needs a bunker. Bro.
Well, you say that, but Nico doesn't make any sense, so he will do it.
No, but I think realistically, for what he said, if he said his team is about defensive identity, all of this, all of that, you don't go and blow that up to go and get Kevin Durant. Like that doesn't assure you winning as well, and that just that also shrinks the timeline more and more and more.
Yeah, it does, but I wouldn't be past him.
I think he's smarter.
I think him trading Luka, anything is
possible. So I wouldn't put it past him.
No, I think he's smarter than to trade for KD because he's seen what KD is doing in the Suns. I think he's smarter than that. He traded for AD because he genuinely believed there was a chance of them winning the chip this year.
He was just crazy. He was just crazy.
But he's not going to do the same thing, expecting that they'll get a chip this year. Like I think for me, my personal opinion for what the Mavs should do next is like park the bus, slow down, let the players play that are available right now. but you know it's not looking positive.
No, you guys are going to lose a lot.
They should shut A down completely. They should shut him down completely.
That's what the reports were saying that he's not going to play.
Just shut him down completely. Like, are they shouldn't affect AD because this season's done. I saw guys like Kessler because I've been watching all the Mavs games. Like I've been seeing Kessler play. I'm like, yeah, they are done on the season. Even the bench, right? It was yesterday against the Bucks. I was looking at the bench. There was no one on that bench. There was no one. After Kyrie, there's no one on that bench. Like Kyrie, AD, Lively, Gafford, not PJ, Caleb Martin. They're all gone. I was thinking, yeah, this season is done for.
As well. So
he is done for. Like I can't the season is done for.
And they gave away a couple of players. I was just it's heartbreaking.
Grimes, the Grimes one. You know how I feel. That was just Nico is a horrible GM. So I'm more surprised. Like I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised, but I still can't believe with a straight face. You know what's crazy? That actually, I was thinking about the past few days, right? Okay. I was thinking about it. I would understand why RJ would say he's a Kyrie fan, so he's gonna back Kyrie no matter what. When I said who won the trade, I understand him saying it. I understand it completely. So I wasn't even mad. I was like, no, it's RJ. Okay. But you've watched Luka play for 7 years. You watched basketball for a long ass time. Yeah. And I was thinking, for what they wanted. I was thinking. Did this all you guys really say? For what the Mavs won that trade? Because you watched Luka for 7 years. This is rookie year, bro. And you were Mavs fans.
This is the trap you shot.
No. But you like you've been a Mavs fan. You've genuinely been a Mavs fan since his rookie or his second year. His rookie or second year. You've been watching him for 7 years, bro. You've been watching basketball for a long time. You aren't a dumb guy. You're not a dumb guy. So it was like. When you said,
what is that suggesting?
I was thinking.
Where is that suggesting you're not a dumb guy? No, like, stay what you need to say.
Let me go. You know the reason why I said that the Mavericks won the trade, quote unquote? Realistically, I think both teams got what they actually wanted to get. The reason I said the Mavs won is because in my head, their timeline to win the championship was accelerated and looked like it could be this year. Right? You can't foresee injuries, so at the time, like, it is what it is. That's happened now. But in my head, the pairing made sense. The way that the team is constructed, everything made sense for AD to thrive in that environment, as well as for Kyrie to thrive in that environment. So that pairing together, in my head, in the short term, I said that gives championship.
And you're absolutely right. For 33 minutes, it did look good.
That window short term, I would give it.
For 30 certain minutes, it was.
It wasn't 30. It was like 20.
No, it was 30 certain. It was 3 quarters. It was 3 quarters.
She was against Houston. I forgot how many minutes it was. But you carry on.
It looked good for a period of time.
It did. And that was not even them all the way fully healthy. Like, there were still guys missing.
Lively, Gafford, Peach.
And then for that, with that window, I think I would give it a 3 to 4 year period. Genuinely, I think I'll give it.
So after this injury, would he change that? Would he change your Mavs on the trade pick or like and how short the window would be? Because that ACL tear is not.
I think it does change the window, but I can't pivot back on who won the trade or not. Okay, it is what it is at this point. In terms of for the Lakers, I think they got what they wanted in terms of like they've set themselves up for the next 10, 15 years potentially, depending on how Luka wants to play. I knew LeBron and Luka could be able to play with each other. I did foresee that in terms of like they're both very smart basketball players. Did I think it would look like this immediately straight away? No, I'll be honest.
I don't think anyone did.
I didn't think I foresaw this.
I did, but I did. 100%.
He just said I don't think anybody did, and he said I did.
No. I don't think anyone did. When you said I don't think anyone foresaw it.
You did.
Yeah, I did though. 100%.
Visionary. He's a visionary.
I'm visionary though.
He predicted the injury. Yeah. Kyrie's, AD's. Yep. He knew.
But yeah, that's kind of where my stance was on it. I think generally for the Mavs, I think it's just get healthy and run it back next year. Just smash it. Like AD tried to get MVP season, tried to get DPOY, tried to do like a mad thing, and Kyrie, you just literally play back up a little bit. Like really make sure that ACL is all right, because I know the first probably 3 to 4 months of the year,
it's gonna be tough.
He's gonna be just he's just gonna be learning how to trust his leg again. Do you know what I mean? And actually believing that
it is confidence.
The one good thing that the Mavs are, well, it depends on how they tank the season. They still have control of the first pick for this draft. So if they can somehow get in that top 10 area, maybe they can get someone, you know. So
top 10 area.
Yeah, because they still have control over the first their first round pick. So if they tank properly, like how they did yesterday, just tank properly, then they could get someone promising from the draft. Who knows, you know? But
I don't see that odds being that favorable.
I doubt it, but you know,
I don't think draft picks is like what like you're looking forward to. It's like a possibility.
No, but at this point you have to though. After trading Luka, you have to build some sort of future. You have to bank on a first round pick to get something, because now you have to build the future.
They don't need to do that straight away.
But it's better to start now. No, like slowly start now, because once Kyrie and AD goes, they're finished. Mavs are done. They're done. They have no.
Max
future.
Christie is a good start. First of all,
you got to give the team a try as well. Though.
Exactly.
No. I'm not saying claps the team right now. I'm just saying to you, don't send that first pick away. Just keep that the first round pick, and if it's good, grow it. Don't trade it away. Blah blah. You know what I'm trying to say? Because it's better to. You have to start growing now. Let's be honest. You have to start now. You have to start now. You have to start.
The Mavs didn't come in here to go. Oh yeah, we have to restart. Obviously, these things happen. Like, but even with these things happening, like they're gonna be on it next year. It's not one of those things where it's like, oh, like the Mavs are finished for the next 5 years.
No. Their window is like 2 years. After that, it's finished. It's gone.
But those 2 years will count.
Mm-hmm. Like count for what?
Like you're counting them out for the next 2 years. Is what I feel.
No.
Because you're telling me to start rebuilding. Like
you have to start now.
Like, this is not rebuilding.
I don't think
it's not It's not rebuilding. Just keeping those young assets and keeping your first round picks and using that and sort of giving it away because you
have to be realistic. I think you have to be realistic. They're not like the youngest team right now anymore.
They still got long. They have a long players.
They do. And they still have a lot of good assets. They still have a lot of valuable assets. You know what I mean? So like right now they ain't got to worry about rebuilding because worst comes to worst.
Yeah.
AD and Kyrie get old or whatever. PJ's still gonna have value. Do you know what I mean? He's
at 25.
They got X might still have some value. Like Lively's going to be there for the next 10
years.
But
his injury, that's something concerning. It's just so injury prone.
That's okay, but he's still going to be like him and Christie are going to be like that's going to be there for a wave. So like I don't think
solid like
if they had kept Grimes, that trade made Nico such a shoe salesman. It made no sense.
Grimes is a role player, bro. Let's be honest. He's not.
Grimes is way better than Caleb Martin, bro.
Okay, but he's not.
He's younger as well. He's super young as well.
That's okay, but he's still a role player, bro. He's not somebody you pin your future on or you build around. That's not what you do.
No, but you build a good young core, and Grimes is part of it. And
the thing is, how many teams have we seen struggle to build a young core at the same time as having a veteran aspiration of trying to win a championship?
See my team.
You don't do it well. Your team is
a championship.
Yeah, you won. Yeah, you did. But like, it doesn't happen often, bro. You don't get a chance. Like we saw it with the Celtics. They had a good veteran roster. They got some young guys, and it was like, okay, cool. We have to pick the youth or the old guys, and the old guys, all of them left, bro.
Yeah.
And the young guys had to stay. Like you don't
guess what that good though.
Yeah, got them a chip. But you know what I mean? You don't necessarily get that balance all the time. And I don't think right now is time to press the restart button. I know that's what you're saying. But I don't think their desire needs to be, okay, let's hold on to these picks desperately. I think that just everybody get healthy, let me run it back.
I think whatever window they have, whatever it is, it's 2 year. I'll give them 2 year. After that, because AD's turning what? I swear he's older than Kyrie as well. He's at 33, 34. No, 34. He's at 33, right? He's definitely older than Kyrie, right?
I'm not too sure.
Definitely older than Kyrie, right? So Kyrie in 2 years will be turning 34 after his ACL injury. AD's turning. How old is he? He's at 30.
Let me check.
32,
31.
31. So 33. AD still got a bit more time, but it's like I mean, Nico's plan was always a short term plan anyway. So
AD 31 kind of makes me think it's a bit longer. Yeah, I think
a bit more.
Like maybe 5 years.
2 to 3.
Yeah, because Kyrie doesn't really. If AD gets back to like, if he can play at MVP caliber level, Kyrie just really needs to be
a closer.
Yeah,
but no, but the only problem,
and he does that very well. We all
great.
know that.
But the only problem with that team is not constructed to win a championship. It just isn't. I'm not saying that being biased. No, it's not. It's not because of that. It's not because of that.
Luka Doncic has been
no, Robert. You know why I'm saying that? No,
and that team is nothing to you.
No. You know what, bro? I love that team, but.
That's not why I'm
saying that. Hold on.
Genuinely, you're lying to yourself.
And you know why I'm saying that?
You're lying to yourself.
And you know why I'm saying that? Hold on. You know why I'm saying that, right? It's clear to see that team has no playmaking. That's number. Hold on. Let me talk. It doesn't though. It doesn't though.
I haven't watched them recently. Don't point to me.
Cool. Ask any Mavs fan that are still full-time Mavs fan. That team doesn't have no playmaking. They have no play. Kyrie's not a playmaker. He's not a playmaker. They have no playmaking. And outside of Kyrie, they have no.
Kyrie's not a playmaker.
He's not a playmaker. What are you talking about? He's not a playmaker. He's not a playmaker. He's not a playmaker. And
Luka was the only playmaker.
He was.
He was the only playmaker in that team.
And that's how you know you haven't been watching the Mavs properly. Because Luka is the only playmaker in that team. Everyone feeds off his gravity. That's literally how it works in the entire playoffs. Hence why Kyrie. Even
in the entire playoffs, Luka was bro.
Yes, bro.
More like pass the ball to Luka and pray.
Do you realize why so many guys got open shots? It was because of was because of Luka's
Yes,
gravity.
people presence, but Kyrie has that presence as well.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, he
no,
doesn't
it's not
have that
playmaking wise. He doesn't, bro. I mean, honestly,
the
he
last
doesn't.
5 games,
he doesn't.
Kyrie has been
But
doubled.
I don't care about that. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm
but you're talking about
a
it.
larger sample
That's the
size.
presence that you're talking about.
No,
that's the presence you're talking
because
about.
come playoff time, he is not a playmaker.
You're just chatting.
It's
You're
not
just chatting.
though.
You're chatting.
You're
Because
talking
the
of
playmaker
emotion.
is the one that does the.
He's not a
like,
playmaker,
He
bro.
runs the ball up the court and makes sure
He's not a
that people get buckets.
You don't
because
understand
of
what
his
playmaking
presence.
means. You don't
it's
understand what
either
playmaking means.
He's the number one shooter.
Wait. What does playmaking mean to you? Let's get it clear. So let's make sure that we have the same definition. What's playmaking to you?
Something like an orchestrating offense.
Okay, orchestrating
offense.
Break it down. Make it simple.
What does that mean, Paul? Someone
Again,
who's
guys.
never passed the ball properly in his life. What does that mean, Paul?
So playmaking, a byproduct of that is elite passing, right? Which Kyrie does not have.
That's
No,
a byproduct.
no,
No,
You don't need to
Break
be-
down the playmaking stats that
Yeah, you don't need
have
to be an
that
elite
play-
passer to be.
Okay, orchestrating, telling guys for example, pick and roll, right? Selecting what guys to come for a switch, right? Is stuff like that and getting guys
leadership
open.
attributes.
It's not
no, selecting what guys to come,
Playmaking and leadership is not the same
decision
stuff.
making.
It's not.
Leadership attributes. Say it properly, like
Listen. Listen. I know what he's saying.
I want you to break it down, but he's cutting you off. I'm trying to hear the key points.
My
that
bad.
No, that's all good. I'm trying to hear the key points that you're actually trying to say for that make
Listen,
up.
playmaking is gravity. Is a lot of gravity. If you look at guys like Luka, Jokic, right? Guys,
Playmaking is
he has a lot of gravity. So you crazy? Have you seen him defending him?
Playmaking is not just gravity.
No, but gravity plays a huge part of that, though. A huge part of that.
gravity comes from being
because you see why there are so many open shots when Luke has the ball.
So
Because everyone diverts to the
question.
I've got to say
Question. Yeah, is Steph Curry a playmaker? Then is Steph Curry a good playmaker?
in his own sense, yeah. Because
Why is he actually? What do you mean in his own sense? By
In
your
own sense.
definition, you said gravity.
yeah, cool. He is.
that's the man that works best off the ball.
Yeah, I
He is. No,
understand.
he is. Because yeah, he
Everyone's
is.
orchestrating
He is.
the offense.
He is. He is.
Can
He
I
is.
speak now? Can I
Go,
speak
go,
now?
go, get him,
Because
go get him.
playmaking is not what you think it is, Paul. Yeah. You've
and what is
watched
playmaking?
Oh, there we go.
You tell him, bro. You tell him.
You watch basketball, yeah, and you've only seen the statistics, and you've only looked at it like, oh,
I can
you
tell
have
you
to
don't
be an
watch
elite.
enough.
Bro, it comes from leadership skills, decision making. Those times where, like, in the clutch, which we know that Kyrie has the ability to, those times where you know to make the right pass and the right move. Playmaking also means, yes, aura, like the ability you have with that ball.
Aura.
Yes.
I'm talking aura and playmaking.
Exactly,
okay?
it is.
Alright.
It
No,
is.
it's not.
He's talking about the same thing about Curry. That's what he
The
means, but-
ability you have with that ball,
Though.
the ability you have with
You
that
know
ball,
it is not. You know it's not.
Go.
the ability you have with that ball makes you a threat to the defense. Because of that, things like double teaming and things like playing help side basketball, help side defense will affect you on a drive, on an attack. That is what causes, you being able to dish it out, making the right passes. Those are things that attribute to playmaking. There's a lot of things, because playmaking doesn't just come from out of nowhere. Luka's not just a great playmaker. Oh no, he's really good offensively on the ball. So that's why he's able to get those passes out, because of the gravity, the aura that he resides with. The same way Kyrie has that. Okay,
so
I'm
gonna
not
ask you a
saying
question, yeah?
I'm not saying Luka like Kyrie's a better passer than Luka, because I know that's the case. But telling me that Kyrie is not a playmaker.
Okay. So
telling me that Kyrie is not a playmaker in that team. You have no idea.
I'm gonna ask you a question, right? So this is a prime example. So in that OKC series, right, we go completely shut down by OKC's defenders, right? Outside of making a couple big shots in the fourth quarter, what did Kyrie do? If he has playmaking, what did Kyrie do? I'll catch you right now. I can tell you to watch that series. Because when Kyrie got clamped up, right, what did Kyrie offer? Apart from the big shots, he wasn't playmaking because
you're talking about one series.
You
know when Luka and Kyrie were a guard, like were in the same team together, it was different dynamics. You know that. Like you're out here like targeting one specific team, because Kyrie took Luka into that OKC game, because the game before he was the one that won it. Okay,
Kyrie won that playoff series, right?
The game against the Clippers.
Okay.
All I'll say is, as well as, like, if you're being defended and like you're struggling, like he's gonna struggle to also play make. Like if he's getting locked up, he's also gonna
See,
struggle.
that's
to
the
play.
difference. That's what I'm talking about.
No, but that's
You see, no,
you haven't called me out. You haven't called me out. You haven't called me out.
Let him finish though.
You haven't called me out. Playmakers can struggle.
Okay.
It doesn't mean like the fact that they had to double him and send all that attention to him to shut him down proves of how much of a level of a threat he is.
Absolutely.
The impact that he has on the game. Do you know what I mean? Having Luka there to help him, Luka's in terms of Luka's ability to rise above in terms of knowing, like being able to scheme for defenders, seeing them, and like his size is also size is also going to be a factor when it comes to basketball. Luka is bigger and stronger than Kyrie. And a team like that, the OKC, that's very long, has got guys that are very active and you've always been saying that Lou is a rugby player playing basketball, that he's doing illegal things on the court all the time. Do you know what I mean? So it's like a guy like Kyrie, not that he's fragile or whatever, but he's genuinely shorter, not necessarily as strong as those guys. He's going to have more struggles in terms of that are going to limit his ability to play make effectively in that
But you see, in that series, right? Luka's points per game was at 24.7, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because Dort and OKC played great defense in him, right? So he wasn't scoring himself. That was a massive difference to how he normally scores in that series, right? But why was he still effective and was completely destroying?
Because you're still drawing the attention.
Completely destroying. Why wasn't Kyrie doing that?
Because
Why wasn't Kyrie doing that?
Listen,
why was Luka doing it?
Kyrie has done that. Kyrie has done that. You're talking about one series,
and he's doing that.
Kyrie has done that.
That's the playoffs, bro.
But Kyrie has done that in the playoffs as well. Kyrie's done that in Cavaliers. He's done that in Brooklyn. He's done that in Dallas.
LeBron did it with the Cavaliers.
He's done that, bro.
Everything. You're a liar. You're a liar.
I'm not a liar. You're just chatting shit. You're chatting absolute shit.
Wasn't Kyrie?
Just because you're a Luka Doncic fan doesn't mean no one else knows how to play me.
That's true.
Every NBA basketball player,
I can tell you
every NBA basketball player is a playmaker. Every NBA basketball player.
If you type in a poll, if you ask any Mavs fan, ask
any Mavs fan. I don't want to hear about any Mavs fan because you're not a Mavs fan.
I promise
you're not a Mavs fan anymore, so you don't need to chat about Mavs fans. Yeah, you as a Kyrie Irving fan, as me. And as a Luka fan, yes, we have our differences.
I'm still a Mavs fan. I'm more like you.
You're still a Mavs fan. But you've been chatting shit.
I watched every single game since Luka got traded.
For the last 30 minutes,
if I wasn't a Mavs fan, how much
shit.
every single one of their games?
Every single one of their games. Because you're bored. At 3 a.m. you're bored. Because that's why, bro.
I promise you.
At 3 a.m. you're bored.
Because you know what's crazy? I promise you, once Kyrie's gone, I'm watching any single Mavs game. After Luka got traded, I still watch Mavs games.
But I've told you, but you're bored, bro. You're bored. You watch Mavs games to chat shit about them on pod. That's all it is.
I know what to say, bro.
Listen, I want to go back to the playmaking things because I'm actually very.
Listen. Are you? No. Shut up. Hold on. See, I can tell you don't understand basketball. You play. No. I can tell you why. Because you don't watch Mavs properly. You don't watch it properly. You don't watch it properly.
The claims you give.
Now that Luka's gone,
claims you give as a basketball fan.
Let me talk. Let me talk.
Crazy.
Listen.
You haven't been on the
court. It's not the same. It's not the same, bro. It's not the same.
There's a lot of similarities. There's a lot of similarities, bro.
No, it's not. It's not different.
Being able to play basketball, there's a lot of similarities, Paul. There's a lot. When you know how to play basketball, Paul, yeah, there's a lot. Because you're just out here chatting shit about people because they're not making shots. You can never make those shots. You can never make those shots that you chat shit. Yeah, no.
What's your logic, brother? What's your logic?
There's a lot of similarities.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask a question, right? I'm gonna ask you to test your Mavs knowledge, right?
I don't want to. No.
Because you're a Mavs fan. You're a Mavs fan. No.
I'm a Kyrie fan.
You're a Mavs fan. No. You say something. No, I'm a Mavs fan.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So now that Luka's gone, right, in a playoff setting, right, when Kyrie gets the number one option coverage from teams defensively, right, once he's locked off, what elite ball handler, playmaker does
you don't need another elite ball handler.
Yes, you do. What are you stupid?
Not everyone has 2 elite ball handlers in their team.
That's why OKC lost against us. That's why OKC lost. That's why OKC lost.
Oh my god.
That's why OKC lost.
One team. You're talking about one team, bro.
But then
we lost to Boston.
Okay,
we lost to Boston at the end of it.
Timberwolves lost to us,
bro.
Because outside of Conley, they had no play. They had no play.
Your brain sits in the area that
you don't understand. You don't understand.
You know the weaknesses we have. I hear it. But that doesn't mean that our weaknesses have to be everyone else. Like every other team has their own.
in a playoff setting when Kyrie gets that coverage that Luka was getting, right, and he's
But you have to think about AD's also on the court as well, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Things are going to change, bro.
I know, but
the floor is going to look very different. You can't just no. You can't just ignore the fact that yes, okay, Kyrie's now going to get the primary wing assignment, cool, but you can't now act as if they haven't now got another threat. That's AD. That changes the game completely. Because the same attention that Luka was drawing, AD's also going to draw similar attention. No, that's the truth, bro.
Yes, it is.
And listen, I hear what you're saying about elite ball handlers. Cool. Not everybody on the team needs to be an elite ball handler. If they have guys, the truth actually is, yeah, you need guys that can make good decisions in short periods of time. That's what it's. And literally in the Mavs. That's why they've got more veteran guys. I told you already. On a consistent basis, AD and Kyrie are still gonna have the ball to make majority decisions. I'm getting there. But they have guys that they can trust, like PJ Washington. You saw him in the playoffs last year. He was consistent. Was he not consistent?
Playmaking
for himself. Yes, he was. Listen, playmaking is not just simply always about getting assists. Something. No, you just. I know, and I'm explaining to you. You were just speaking about gravity and drawing people's attention. If a guy gets hot, naturally teams are going to shift their defense to affect that. That's literally what happened in terms of when in series where PJ was getting off, because other guys were thinking about everybody else. So that's why you said that PJ was the one that beat OKC. Not that solely, but in terms of like it was because Luka and Kyrie were getting majority of the attention, and so he had opportunity to shine. In a similar situation against another team where where AD and Kyrie are getting that much attention, there's going to be other guys that can step up. PJ, that's why PJ still there. That's why Gafford Lightly. That's why these guys are still there in terms of like it's not just the stars on that team that's carrying them. It's the core. It's everything built around them that made them winnable. Do you know what I mean? When you were supporting them with Luka there, it wasn't just because they had Luka. That was the only reason. No, you believed in everything around him. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like yes, Luka's playmaking plays a part into that, but the other guys are also capable. They haven't now stopped being capable all of a sudden because Luka's left. That's not that's the energy you're giving.
So I'm gonna ask you because you watched Mavs for years. Okay. So you know most of those players, right? Okay. So I'm gonna ask you, Olu.
It's not the same.
No, hold on. I'm gonna ask you. So once Kyrie gets guarded the way the same way Luka does, and the ball's forced out of his hands, right? Who can you trust to make decisions?
You can trust AD. He's going to trust AD. He's going to trust DJ. He's going to trust Mr. Dinwiddie. It's an NBA basketball team. He's going to be back in me. Yes. A couple episodes back, you guys heard
my God. Again. Listen. Wait. You're this. Oh shit. Wait, hold on. You're the same guy that
I was sitting there 2 months ago, and I said I put my hands up about Mr. Dinwiddie when they played the Celtics. I put my hands up and I said I was wrong.
No, you can't do that. You can't. You've been bashing that guy every single time, and now suddenly Spencer Dinwiddie.
He's not the only one, but they have more guys around them that can make decisions. That's how they got Najee Marshall as well. They got guys like Dante. Like it's by committee, bro. It's by committee. It's not just.
These are valid points.
That's what you're asking. Yeah? That's what, you asked me. That's the answers I'm giving you.
You asked him. He's giving you.
So I'm asking you. So it's your final answer, right? So outside of Kyrie. So the people you can trust the ball and make those playmaking decisions and create and have self creation outside of Kyrie in terms of guards, right? You're talking about Najee, you're talking about Spencer, and that's
PJ. We're talking about PJ.
PJ can't do that.
We're talking about PJ.
PJ can't.
We're talking about. We're talking about.
Honestly,
PJ's never been that guy. He's never been that guy.
Every NBA player is capable of like driving to the paint, drawing a double, and kicking the ball. Every NBA player is capable of doing that, bro.
He doesn't conspire with that.
It's not like
NBA is a bunch of scrubs to him. So hold on, that's what it is.
So there's tiers when it comes to playmaking, but everybody can make simple plays, bro.
All of the players are capable of doing simple plays. I watch every single Mavs game, right?
That's fair.
See it, right?
That's fair.
I have never seen someone double Najee or PJ or.
That's fair.
You know why?
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I gave one scenario about them being double. That's one scenario, but it's also Jason Kidd's responsibility to put them in plays, put them in systems where they can also.
See.
Everybody has responsibilities to play. It's not just on one person's. It's not one person's responsibility to play.
Thank you for mentioning him. Right?
Okay.
I'll not see your question. Thank you for mentioning him.
Okay.
And what do you think of Kidd,
bro?
Answer. Why do you think of Jason Kidd as a coach?
I think Jason Kidd has a lot to learn because. One of the main reasons that we lost those finals is because of Jason Kidd. Because of the way he played our guards. Yes. But regardless of that, he did get us to the conference finals. He didn't get us nowhere. So that was just Luka. That was just Luka and Kyrie.
It wasn't Kidd.
Bro,
Kidd is a horrible coach.
I know what you think of Jason.
Every Mavs fan, every Kidd. Every fan thinks of Kidd the same way I do. He's a horrible coach.
Listen, regardless of that,
horrible coach.
Regardless of that, the Mavs franchise, without Luka, will still do well. Paul.
No, it won't.
They will still do
I
well.
can tell you they won't.
You, the hater inside you doesn't believe that because you love
not
Luka
hate,
too
it's
much.
called realism.
But that's okay.
You can
that's
put
okay.
a poll up, and I'll be right every single time.
That's okay.
Put Mavs
a poll up
and I'll be
doesn't
right
matter,
every
bro.
single
It
time.
doesn't matter.
Every single time. Because I'm right. I know I'm right.
It's okay.
I've watched Mavs my time.
We know you know.
Right.
We know
okay.
you think you're
I
right.
know I'm
We
right.
know that.
I know I'm
it's
right.
delusional, but we
I've
know
watched
that.
Mavs my entire life. I know I'm right.
It doesn't matter how long you've watched the
know
Mavs.
I'm right.
It doesn't
I
matter
know
about
I'm
that,
right.
okay? You can watch the Mavs as much as you want, but telling me you know a player
Okay.
and because of that,
So,
you know what
okay.
they're going to do?
Hold on.
No,
So-
no.
Can we take a trip to Phoenix
Hold
at
on,
some point?
wait,
today?
yeah.
Okay.
Very, very soon. I have a few more questions for Robin, then that's all right. Okay. So
Talk to me. Let's
so
go.
who's the best player?
He's the best player in the Mavs.
Mavs, yeah.
Kyrie is, but outside of that, because he's injured, you can laugh all you
Okay,
want.
so Kyrie as your best option in that West is.
What do you mean?
NBA
With
Finals.
you mean fully healthy?
Yeah, fully healthy. Kyrie is as
You think
best.
Kyrie's the best player? Fully healthy.
Kyrie is the best player fully healthy.
And that's
But
when
yes,
they're
yes,
That's what I mean. That's fair. That's fair.
Kyrie and KD are just like this.
Okay.
And they will be like this in that team. In that Mavs team, they will be like that.
Okay.
Come next season, you'll see it.
You got two.
Okay,
second
but
options.
next question, please.
You got two second options.
You said you have a couple
in
questions.
case. Okay.
Hurry
So what kind of so in terms of Lively and Gafford, right?
Yes. Our bigs. Yes.
Yeah, it's not ours, but
Well, yeah, my bigs.
my
No.
bigs. So
Anyway.
This guy can't be depressed. He can't be depressed,
Hold on.
Elias. You
Hold on.
can't be.
Let me talk.
No, bro, you can't be depressed.
I'm on press. But hold on.
days.
So Lively and Gafford, right? What are the main weaknesses?
The
What would you
main
say?
weaknesses.
The main
You're
weaknesses.
asking me what?
No. Why is it so easy to?
This is
Hold on,
leading
hold on.
questions.
Hold on.
This leading
Why is
behind the
it? No.
shit.
It's coming up to it. Why is it so easy to scheme against them?
To scheme against them.
Yeah. Why is it so
What do you
easy
mean by that? For the defense to guard them?
Offense.
For them defensively or for
So
them
Yeah.
so the defense to guard them.
for the defense to guard them?
Yeah.
Because like there's not many weaknesses they have. It's about how you play them. Okay.
No.
It's
carry on.
can I answer mine?
Yeah.
Me personally, when I see Gafford and Lively, they're two different players. Like Lively and Gafford is more aggressive. Yeah, he takes more bodies. Lively, he's more technical when it comes to footwork and certain things. Yet he is. Lively has been in the right place at the right time more often, is what I've seen in that playoff period. But both Gafford and Lively have they need guard. They need a PG that will provide the ball to them. They, it's not something. They're not like a pure orthodox big, in a way. Like they will cut in and get those lobs like we've seen, but they cut without a good guard. They're not really useful. That's what I think is the weakness.
Have the Mavs got a genuine point guard?
Yes.
And who's the genuine point guard?
Who do you think it is?
I'm asking you, who's the genuine?
Who do you think it is?
I'm
No,
asking
you know my answer. Okay? You know my answer. So let's not chat. Let's go to the next question.
The Phoenix Suns question.
No, let him.
Okay.
He's Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is his answer. Kyrie Irving is his answer. Go.
Okay, that's all my questions. I mean, if you
Where did you land? No, Paul. Where did you land?
Because I don't
has nothing.
Because you
He
know
was
what?
just
Carry
chatting.
on because let's move on to the other topic. And secondly, I don't want to hear from him. He told me everything I need to know. He told me everything.
No, but he has nothing.
That's what I'm telling
He
you.
was just asking questions, thinking, I've watched the Mavs for this long.
And you're wrong.
Bro,
And you're wrong
It
with every
doesn't
single
matter.
answer. That's
It
why.
doesn't matter.
I was listening.
You're not
That's
a
why.
Mavs fan
That's
anymore.
why.
First of all,
understand.
yeah. The Mavs are going to prove you wrong.
I'm so
yeah.
confused.
And when they do prove you wrong, you can't claim them. You can't. Because for the last 30 minutes you've been slashing them.
Yes.
You haven't
Who was
been,
that slashing?
You haven't been a fan.
Who was that slashing?
The Mavs,
You said there's no
the franchise,
playmakers, bro, yeah.
the players.
That's being realistic. See.
No, but
Oh,
that's
don't do
really-
that.
no,
Don't
no,
do
no,
that.
no.
So
That's
your
your opinion.
opinion.
Sorry,
Because I'm being realistic.
That's your opinion. No, but
I'm
in terms of what he said about your slashing him, that's what you've been saying. And I'm reminding you of what you've been saying. You might not agree that's been slashing, but that's what you've been saying.
So being realistic is the same as
You're not realistic, bro. When it comes to
Ask any Mavs fan, you'll say the same
you're
thing.
Not,
But anyway,
He loves that phrase,
Bro, the only
He loves
thing that genuinely matters.
You're not a Mavs fan anymore. I don't want to hear it from you.
According to you,
I
but
don't want to hear it.
The
from
only
you.
thing that really matters is what we see on the court, bro. And when we
And he
see
can't predict
and
that.
when we see AD and KD and AD and Kyrie play together, then we'll really know. Okay, do they actually have another playmaker? Then we will really see. Okay, what happens in the playoffs when they get doubled? We'll really see then. But until that point, this is all speculation. And I think Kyrie has given us the benefit of doubt. I think AD has given us the benefit of doubt that they are more than capable. Do you know what I mean? I think they've given us the benefit of doubt. We've seen Kyrie play with other stars and flourish. Literally, even with Luka and flourish. We've seen AD play with another star and flourish. So let's see what these two stars can do together and see if they can flourish. Fair enough? No?
It's crazy how he just turned out hating both AD and Kyrie all of a sudden, because they're not with his two favorite players. You're just haters. You're hate.
I want to get you guys back on the same page. We're not going to take a trip to Phoenix anymore because Phoenix doesn't want us there. But we'll take a trip to La La Land. And let's. I think this will unite you guys. Small. Somebody hit 50k points this week. Father Time is still fighting him, but right now he's looking like he might take his first L. Is LeBron James underappreciated?
You tell me. Because we have our opinions on it.
Genuinely, I don't think so. Every day I'm waking up to...
don't think so?
Every day I'm waking up to TikToks of guys making art, tattoos, love letters, sonnets, songs, children's being named. So it's not to the level of Michael or Jordan. It's not to the level of that.
I think it is.
In terms of children being named after, like, children not being named LeBron. But I think he's appropriately appreciated. Like, let's be realistic. This guy started in 2003. You know what I mean? And he's leapfrogged so many greats. And now it's just being him and one other person. I think truly.
Who's the other person?
It's just him, bro.
It's just him.
It's just him.
Truly.
Other person.
Genuinely.
Other person.
Another person. There's another person.
Truly.
Other person. Who's that person?
I feel like.
Go.
Me personally, if I put my hands up, like, what he's done is incredible. In terms of longevity, we've never seen anything like it. In terms of sports, in any sport you want to look at, we've never seen a guy do what he's doing.
Outside of Ronaldo, he's the greatest athlete of all time.
I think even above Ronaldo.
He is back. Listen.
I think even above Ronaldo.
In terms of athlete, there's no one close to LeBron.
You know what? That I can agree with.
You know what's crazy? Because you know what's crazy?
I'm there between those.
Because you know what's
small
crazy?
wins.
Back in the day, when I used to watch a lot of football back in the day, I thought Ronaldo was the greatest athlete. Blah blah blah. And then someone told me, it was my friend who was like, it's Bron, and that was like 5 years ago. Now I think about it, it doesn't come close. It doesn't. There's no athlete that's done as long as him, as great as him. He won Player of the Month at the age of 40. He's in MVP discussions at the age of 40. Is anyone else have done that?
He's in MVP discussions.
Yeah, he's
in top 5 now.
He's top 5 this year.
That's crazy.
I mean, at the rate he's going, he'll be first team All NBA.
So you guys saying he's still underappreciated?
Listen, all the time.
So
you know what
okay,
I
let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question quickly, please? So, what level of appreciation for LeBron do you think is there left for him to get?
So
I don't understand.
The appreciation is to put Michael away, pocket him, and get the statement out that he is the GOAT.
Really?
Once that's done, I feel like he will be validly
As
appreciated.
a worldwide consensus.
No.
Consensus.
Wow. Okay, that's dreams of grandeur. But okay.
Personally, I want to pocket away because MJ is still MJ.
MJ is still MJ.
But what aches me is like every time I see LeBron breaking an accomplishment, 50k. The first thing I see, I don't see people see, oh my god, he's so 50k unprecedented, blah blah. The first thing they do is compare him, is just straight away just compare him to MJ and Kobe. Oh, but he couldn't do this, he couldn't do that. He couldn't do this. It's comparing all the time, and in that sense, he's underappreciated because no one has done what he's done. Yet they always gonna compare him and say, but he lost all those finals. But there's context to those losses. And they're like, oh, but he didn't get the same amount of offensive teams. Oh, he wasn't a killer. He wasn't cold. Blah blah blah. It's like every single time Bron does something, there's always a critique. He did this, but with Kobe, MJ, or Magic, or anyone when they did that, no one was like, he did this, but there's always he was great. There's always.
I think Kobe definitely got sunned as just being like the next Michael Jordan. He was definitely like as much as
I don't think
loved,
he was slandered like that. I don't think
he was slandered. He was like
expectations, pressure. It wasn't slander.
No.
Everyone loved Kobe.
People called him a copycat.
The media loved Kobe. Everyone loved Kobe. Like everyone, I would say it's slandered. There's a high elevated pressure and expectation, but not slander.
So what's the difference between the slander and the high level of expectation and pressure? What's the difference?
Slander is what LeBron gets, right? As what LeBron gets on a daily basis, right?
Okay.
Kobe, I would say, is that.
So LeBron doesn't. So you don't see any of that as pressure.
What do you mean?
You don't see any of what LeBron gets as pressure, as like
It's
deserved pressure. Like the fact that he's
deserved pressure.
as in
deserved pressure.
As in from the standpoint of like he's still producing at a high level. So the bar in which we expect from him hasn't dipped. If you're still producing at this level, I'm gonna still hold you accountable and expecting this level from you.
I think
Because sometimes it seems as if like LeBron fans want us to be like kind of like take off that expectation of like, no, if he's still producing and executing at all-star level, let's give him all-star level expectations. True or false?
I
Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, cool, he's 40 years old, cool, but that doesn't mean he gets a pass. If he still wants to play like this, then play like this and have that expectation. I'm not saying that means we discredit all that he's done. No, you put it into context of like, cool, yes, but there should still be a pressure of expecting things from him.
But
he doesn't get a blind from that. As long as he's playing, he doesn't get that.
No, but like it's the fact that you've had to go to this instance to try and say like, oh, like we need to treat him that way. You do treat him that way, bro. But it's the fact that he's still doing that. He's still keeping up with that talent.
It's impressive.
Even that, it's not just impressive, bro. It's unprecedented.
It is.
It's uncalled for.
I don't disagree.
It's no one in the face of basketball has done this before.
Yes.
Yeah? And the fact is, it's normalized because we're seeing it live in the flesh. We're seeing LeBron's legacy.
It's normalized.
It's normalized.
It's have to keep normalized. But it's not appreciated. It's normalized. Bro, 40 and he's top 5 MVP.
It's normalized.
It's normal. Everyone's thinking, oh, he did it. Oh,
Yeah, because he's doing it right now.
That's crazy.
We're in the middle of his legacy.
But then there's guys like you all over the place.
And also,
Reminding us regularly.
Because we like to appreciate fine art, like we like to appreciate
Fine
stuff,
arts.
like when it's there, you know when you go to a gallery and you just stare for a little bit. It's the same way, you know, where it's like we're in the legacy of LeBron, and we just have to sit there and just enjoy the fact that we're on along this ride, just like the MJ fans do. You know, the MJ fans, they're not going to say, most of them are not going to say LeBron's better. You know, most of them are gonna say MJ is better because they know they were in that time period. They were watching and they were like, yo.
what aches me about MJ fans is right. They want to always preach, but they miss out context. Which Kelvin does it all the time. It pisses me off, right? So last week when Kelvin, when he was sitting here and he was like, "Oh, look how many top 50 players that LeBron has played as super teams, blah blah blah." But let's not act here and just sit here and not act like MJ during his time was on basically a KD Warriors caliber team. Like his team was by far the best team in that league.
Absolutely.
He was on a super team.
Absolutely.
He played with two top 50 players of all time. He had the greatest coach of all time, Phil Jackson, on his bench, and we're acting like he hasn't played on super teams. MJ for basically his entire career played with a super team, played with two top 50 players, the greatest coach of all time.
He drafted most of that super team. Though.
But what kind of competition was there that was had serious effect on it?
And also,
what kind of competition was there that was Golden State level?
That's not his fault.
No. Also,
That's
It's not his fault, but you have to put that into LeBron's name. When you say
you're still playing the very best. You're still playing the very best of his generation, though. You're still playing the very best of his generation. What do you want from him?
His chips are valuable. LeBron's chips are more valuable.
Based off of what? What determines the value of a championship?
Hold on, I'll get to that, right? But in terms of the super team, top 50 players, when you're saying that MJ was in the same boat as well, so he can't talk, to be honest with you. MJ fans can't talk about that, right? And then you talk, and like his team at that time was basically the undisputed best team in the league. There wasn't a team as good as that team. That was basically the KD's Warriors back in the 80s and 90s.
The Chicago Bulls was fair.
And you know what's crazy, right?
So what are you trying to say?
So what I'm saying, you can't be using that notion. Oh, super teams out.
So
super
LeBron
teams
never had the best team in the league.
No. Bro. I'm not saying he didn't, but MJ fans can say that because basically for his entire career he had the best team. For MJ's entire career, he had the best team in the league.
For his entire career,
mostly excluding Washington. That's not Washington.
And what about his early years when he couldn't get through to the
yes,
playoffs?
of course.
So
I said mostly because if I'm not mistaken, Pippen came in in his third season, fourth season, something like that, right?
They didn't immediately start winning just because they got Pippen, bro.
They didn't start winning. But my point is, MJ fans can't act like he wasn't on super team. He wasn't on super team.
Bro,
and they can't act like he hadn't had two top 50 players in his league. And at that time, that team was basically like the KD Warriors. No one was touching that team. So him going 6-0 isn't really as great as you think it is.
But why was
he beat a super team in his first final? Kareem and Magic.
That's not
the dying Kareem.
That's not.
Wow.
Now
we had levels, but I want to know genuinely. I want to pivot slightly. Like I'm hearing what you guys are saying, but like, what determines the value of a championship?
Okay,
give that break. Like, what determines the value of a championship?
That's a good question. Because what I asked is, did Michael Jordan ever have to face a Golden State Warriors, type of team in his playoff.
In terms of competition,
in terms of
he
competition,
faced the best talent at his time.
But that level of a team,
LeBron's competition was by far harder.
and because of that, I'll tell you that LeBron's chip against the Warriors is more valuable than Michael Jordan's.
But he beat
chip.
them without KD.
Yeah.
Just so you know, he beat them without KD.
Listen.
He did.
LeBron's chip, and then
That's the
also
only one he
if
won.
we're talking about like him having the best team in the league, LeBron in the Lakers wasn't the best team in the league.
I'm also thinking about him in the Heat.
Like,
That's what I'm also thinking
LeBron
about.
and Cavs were like outside of
The Heat was debatable.
Exactly.
He was
It's
debatable.
like-
you know why?
like Scotty was there holding it down.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. You know,
debatable.
because you
Scotty was there holding it down. LeBron outside of the Cavs, what's going on, bro?
Hold on.
I'm a Kyrie fan.
Hold on. I want to say something. You said it's debatable, right?
Why is it debatable?
Do you realize?
Spurs?
No. Do you realize why Bron, like, one of the biggest reasons why Bron moved to the Heat and created that super team? You know why that was?
Because the Cavs didn't build around him. That's what
No,
he continued to
because
tell
in
us.
his own conference there was a super team. You know who that super team was?
The Celtics.
Boston Celtics. And then on the other side you had a big three in Spurs, a dynasty. So people are saying, "Oh, super team." But look at the Spurs in Boston. They had a big. They have super team caliber teams as well.
didn't have teams
So you're acting like no. Hold on. You see what MJ fans have to do, right?
AG superstars that he was
Hold on.
troubling in Boston.
Hold on. Boston fans, MG fans are acting like when Bron created that super team, that team was the only super team in the league.
That's not. I didn't say that.
Boston were a super team. I'm saying MJ fans. I'm MJ fans.
And I'm talking as a representative of them. And I'm saying to you, was LeBron's team at that time in Miami, was it not the best team in the league?
No, it wasn't.
Genuinely.
It was undisputed. That Spurs was.
It was undisputed.
There's reason why
So asterisks.
There's reason why
The
Spurs
Spurs
beat them.
came off
There's reason why
that. The
Spurs
Spurs
beat them.
came that like you saw the aura that the Spurs had.
Okay.
Like
Listen,
Because they were beatable doesn't mean that doesn't.
Listen, no. The point I'm trying to make is right. You guys are acting as if Bron just created a super team out of nowhere and they were by far the best team in the league. That's not the case.
And
Boston were a super.
So he was justified essentially. What you're saying is he was justified.
I was doing that as well. Boston
You
had
would
a
have done it
super
as well.
team. I was doing that as well. Boston has a super team. Listen, and the reason why
I don't believe you on that. I don't believe you on that. I don't believe you.
That doesn't need to be justified.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Because regardless of that, the Chicago Bulls, the Chicago Bulls at the time was actually just way above its competition. Way above. Okay? Whereas LeBron, like every finals, every like there was a level of like competition
And, like
LeBron had to take over.
and
LeBron had to take over.
and what I said is like, in terms of creating that team, it was justified because of what the Spurs in Boston had. It was
guys-
justified, right?
you haven't answered the question.
And also I want to say is right, which aches me a lot. And they're like, "Oh, but Bron lost all those finals," and that's what pisses me off the most because like you guys want to miss out context. So I want to quickly go through that. Just a quick little brief, right? So his first ever finals, right? It was that bum ass Cavs team against the Spurs, right? And us each and every one of you.
No,
Because you, MG fans, look at all the finals.
you said you're gonna give a quick summary.
So I want to ask
That's
you,
what
right?
you said.
Quick channel, right? So how was Bron? There was no universe Bron should have been at that Spurs team in that finals, right? I think we can all agree on that, right? Cool. Okay, cool. Yeah. And then we look at 2011. My hands up. He lost that. Fair enough. He got spanked. He got his ass pulled up and shit. Fair enough, right? And then the second finals against the Spurs, right? When Wade and Bosch were non-existent, right? They were literally out. They were doing nothing. You can look at the stats. They did nothing. They were basically role players, right? You expected Bron to do that. No. If you
this is context. This is unbiased context that we're hearing. Right?
If you look at the stats,
unbiased context.
If you look at the stats, right? Look at what Wade and Bosch did, right?
Yep.
And you expect Bron to win those finals, right? Cool.
Okay.
And then you look at the 2015 finals, right? When they didn't have Kyrie and Clay, you expect Love and Kyrie, and you expected Bron to win that, right? That's another one.
Was
Right?
that what the Warriors?
No. Let me finish.
A first team with no experience in the finals again.
Two of the three best players weren't playing. And you expect Bron to win that, and you critique him. Oh, he lost the finals. He lost it, right? Okay. And now next one, next 2-1, right?
That Warriors team in 2015 was not a super team. Nobody can convince me. That wasn't a super team.
I'm not saying it's a super team. No,
but in terms of like the expectation of like why did LeBron lose, I think that's a reasonable estimation to have. He was the best player in that series, no?
And he's always been the best player.
Two of the three best players weren't playing, bro.
He's always
Kyrie got injured in game 1. Clay Love didn't play. You're saying, and you're critiquing, and you're hold on, right? So
yes, it's unfortunate. Those are the two best players.
So So you can because of that you can critique him saying, oh, he should have won those finals.
I can't critique him and say he should have won.
No, but what was your point there then? What was your
my point was there like yes, there's still expectation that he should be able to win. Yes, there is.
No.
Yes.
No,
there is.
but
Yes.
No, there is.
the expectation.
Yes,
Listen.
No, there is.
Regardless of that, LeBron James was the best player in that series. He's always been the best player against the Golden State series. He's always been that best player.
That's debatable.
Every single playoff series that they've had.
That's debatable.
But
Definitely been the best.
That's
but
debatable.
absolutely, you're right.
KD for one of those finals,
when you
maybe, I
nah, maybe for one
But
game.
guys,
but when you add firepower like that,
last thing,
So he's
right?
underappreciated.
Hold on.
Okay.
Last thing, right?
Yeah.
The two KD Warriors, right? There's no way he should have won that, right? So
Fair enough.
what I'm saying is, there's only one finals where, put my hands up, he should have won. It's inexcusable. It's 2011 against my Mavs. That's the only team. Apart from that, everything else, how can you sit there and be like, you should win those finals? How can you sit there and then say, oh, look at all those finals that LeBron lost? There's context behind it, bro. You're acting like he was a favorite in every single one of those finals that he lost. There's context behind it.
and he
So
was.
wait. So question.
most-
So you're saying he wasn't the favorite in any of those finals, essentially, that they shouldn't have been have the right to win. So then question now, so the value is only determined if you beat the odds. So if you win and you're expected to
there's
win, there's no value in that.
value
That's
is
what I'm asking you.
context.
That's essentially what you're saying. But you're saying what you're saying is basically Michael Jordan's chips don't carry as much weight because he had the best team. That's what you're saying.
No.
That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing.
I said.
Because you're making it. Because right now what you're doing is comparing it against LeBron. You're like, okay,
You don't say me.
he's
You don't
champion.
say me. I didn't say that.
So
That's what I'm hearing from you right now.
I didn't say
Me
that.
and Paul are talking about two different things though. What Paul's talking about like LeBron.
It's
like,
actual,
being
but context
deserved-
is value. Context that you guys always miss out.
No, but look, Michael Jordan's chips, like they deserve, like they have their own value to them. But I feel like there's certain like teams that Michael Jordan faced against, which LeBron, like when
It's
you
a clear
compare
gap.
to,
It's a clear gap.
It's a clear
In
gap.
this finals, it's a clear gap.
And it's
Not
like
even close.
I can argue that like all the finals that he's went to, 90% of the time he's been the best player on that floor. You know, he has been the best player on that floor, but. Depending on what the other team have or the firepower that it's been the case where he hasn't won a few of the finals, and it doesn't mean that like if he didn't win the finals he's not valuable anymore, like, or his playoff performances, like those
It's
final
context, that's the
appearances
thing, it's just
have
context.
value to
That's
it.
what I'm asking you guys. That's what I'm asking in terms of what's the value. Like you guys haven't given me a clear definition of what you think a
No, but,
championship
like,
is valuable.
you can't-
Is it the
you
no
can't
wait
really quantify that, though.
Is it the
You can't
opponent?
quantify that.
Is it
You can't.
no? Because
You
clearly
can't quantify
is it the opponent you beat? Or is it the journey you did to get there? Like, what is it? Because for you'll say with
mix of both.
Like last week, you'll
A
say
mix
with the
of-
Warriors,
but
it's a cakewalk. So there's as if like their championship means nothing on Steph Curry's career. But on another day, it's like, oh no, he wasn't expected to win. He did this, he did that, and it elevates it. So it's like the bar is consistently moving. So where does the
When
truth
did I
actually
move it?
lie?
Hold on,
But
hold on,
that's
hold on,
because
hold on.
he's
That's what you
adaptable.
said.
When did I move it? I said
That's-
last
did you
week.
not-
cable.
you're not saying
And
last week, you said it was a cable.
And I've always stood by that. And I'm always
Yes,
stood
but
by that.
that's
I have never changed it. I've never changed it. I've never changed
for
it.
him, yes, but in other contexts, you're moving the bar for other people.
How's it
In
moving
terms
the
of the
bar?
journey there, like you can't tell me LeBron didn't have a cakewalk consistently to get to finals against the Warriors.
Cakewalk.
He did.
Okay.
In the East.
You see. I want to
In the
see.
East.
I've called you out.
In the East.
So, hold on.
He never a
Toronto Raptors.
Bro,
Lost
LeBron,
to Celtics.
he didn't have a what? No, you man can't tell me
That wasn't a cakewalk. That was LeBron taking over. That was LeBron taking over.
was
That's
LeBron
not a
taking over.
cakewalk.
Calm.
That's not a cakewalk.
Calm.
That's LeBron
So
taking
basically, there's no
over.
consistency. Basically,
Hold on.
there's no consistency.
Hold on. Even
There's no consistency.
Hold on.
what a cakewalk is.
Hold on.
That's why I presented the situation. There was sweeping and going to sweeps and gentlemen sweeps.
You know, look,
It was sweeps and gentlemen sweeps. That's why I was watching.
So
True or false?
Okay, so
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, but because it was a sweep just doesn't mean it's not just because
He told me 2 weeks ago, that the Mavs beat up the West. That's what he told me. They were going to game 6s and game 5s. That's what he was telling me. Now they're telling me LeBron sweeps guys and it's sort of cakewalk. I don't understand.
That's what he said.
Doesn't make any sense.
I don't say that.
That doesn't make any sense. What you guys say doesn't make any sense.
Don't say
Doesn't make
me,
any
guys.
sense.
Don't say.
It doesn't
I
make
didn't
sense.
say that.
It doesn't make sense. You guys are advocates.
Shit, I didn't
So
say
he's
that.
underappreciated.
Don't say me.
He's not underappreciated. He's not.
Listen.
He's accurately appreciated.
definitely under.
He's accurately
Well,
appreciated.
no,
LeBron,
Elias,
congratulations on
Elias.
50K.
Wait,
Go.
I don't think
No,
he
because
is.
he hasn't said his opinion yet about it.
No, I said I don't think he is.
He's not underappreciated, bro. I told you, sons, daughters, towns, tattoos, artwork, everything is being
And
named
like,
after him.
and even if you want to say that,
It's not about.
What's he about?
And
It's
even
not.
He should have no haters.
It's not about the TikTok.
So he should have no haters.
It's not about the TikTok.
What's it about?
Barber tattoos. What are you talking about? Barber tattoos. What are you talking about? That, bro.
What is it
It's
about?
about where you rank him.
That's what
It's about
It's
where you
about
rank him.
his flowers.
So he has to be number one.
Give him
I'm
his
not saying-
flowers.
So he has to be number one.
Give him his
Unless he's
flowers.
number one, he's not
I'm not saying
appreciated.
that, I'm not saying
That's what I'm
that.
hearing. Unless he's
I'm
number one, he's
saying
not
that, but
appreciated.
The point I'm trying
No,
to say,
that is exactly what I'm saying.
It's context.
I'm
No.
saying that's exactly what I'm saying.
That's what
If
you
he's
said.
not number one,
He's not appreciated.
appreciated.
Carl, what are you
Give
saying?
him his
That's what
flowers.
we've heard you. What are you saying?
I'm not thinking that right. I'm not thinking that.
No,
But
I hope you guys know that's what I'm saying.
yeah, cool.
If
That's
he's
what I'm
not
saying.
given his flowers, it's not appreciated.
Okay, what I'm saying, that's your opinion. Fair enough. I respect that. My opinion is not about that. It's context that MJ fans miss out. Even.
but
Hold on.
What does that opinion mean?
But hold
No,
on.
we're talking about LeBron's being appreciated. That's what we're talking about. That's the question.
But I kind of shifted to the MJ.
can't.
Yeah, you can't shift. You can't shift.
I can't shift. But in terms of what you said, right, about how the East was a cakewalk for LeBron to LeBron, even if it was a cakewalk, that East was still better than MJ's East.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
It's about MJ's East.
That's what, okay, cool. Okay,
It's a
cool.
cakewalk.
Okay, cool. Him going head to head with Victor Oladipo. That's a really
George
something.
Pacers,
Rookie Celtics.
Toronto Raptors,
Okay.
Victor Oladipo.
and the Celtics,
Okay.
and the Celtics,
Oladipo.
bro.
The Celtics, the young.
You're talking about,
bro, like,
you're
come on,
talking
bro.
about.
Cool. He's underappreciated. I think the narrative that the
Victor
narrative.
Oladipo that time was one of the best players in the league. Don't ever say that.
Not one of the
Jason
best.
Tatum.
Don't ever say that.
Not one of the
Jason
best- one
Tatum,
of the best
Jalen
players in the
Brown,
league.
that's still Al Horford, Jason Tatum. That team is still
Alright, cool.
solid.
What I'm hearing is the bar keeps on moving.
The bar keeps on moving.
That's what I'm hearing. But it's
like,
okay.
You can't make that.
It's
excuse.
okay, it's
You
okay.
can't make
Listen,
that-
listen,
because I'm not changing that bar for anyone else.
Listen,
I'm not changing that bar for
my
anyone
final
else.
thing
He
is,
may be, but I'm not.
Listen, my final thing is,
Yeah.
what MJ fans has always done in these debates is miss out context. They want to.
It's not about
They
LeBron.
want to
It's not
intentionally
about.
miss
They're
out
asking
context.
about Michael Jordan.
Context.
This is about LeBron being appreciated. That's what it's about.
And
I've heard your context.
I shifted.
I've heard your context.
Well,
But
say
yeah,
your opinion. Say your opinion.
is LeBron underappreciated? Yes or no?
Yeah, he's not appreciated.
Because of what? Because MJ fans miss out context. That's
Is
what.
that the reason?
because I said at the start. Wait,
Okay, what's the start? What's the start?
I said whenever Bron accomplishes something, there's always
There's
he
always
did that,
hate,
he
okay,
did that,
there's always slander.
but
Okay,
always
cool.
a but. There's always a but.
Got
There's
you,
always
got
a
you,
but, and
got
then there's always.
No, but he's gonna have haters.
I understand.
And it's always comparing him to Bird,
Yeah, no,
Magic,
but he
Magic,
will be
Kobe.
compared to
I get.
He will be compared to that.
I understand.
But they won't compare like he was.
Like LeBron is number one. He's number one, and he should be.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you.
that's what I'm saying.
Thank you.
He's underappreciated because people don't think he's number one.
Got you.
That's the point I've made.
I ain't gonna say that, but you know.
And I think we'll close to this discussion there. I think it's this episode has gone way left of where I thought it was going to go today. Honestly, I didn't know we were going to see a battle in what used to be Dallas, but it's been fun. It's been fun.
Good way.
Yeah, guys, man, we'll catch you again next week. You know what it is. We've been in the hoop. Peace.
In there.
Yeah, man.
Just me.